Sagittarius, welcome to your reading. I am Shivani, and this is your April astrology and tarot reading. So, your astrology is actually quite fun as compared to other signs. Like, this full moon was in your house of social communities and friendships and goals and aspirations. So I feel like this full moon you might have spent with friends, with family, with just hanging around, making connections, having a good time actually, and really enjoying the company of having people around. So I feel like this full moon in a Libra for you was actually very nourishing. And yes, it might have triggered you or brought things around your relationships, your friendships, your connections. But at the same time, I just feel like it was actually like an energy which really encouraged you to go out there. Of course, because the full moon happened opposite the conjunction of Sun and Chiron, it could have definitely brought in some painful, emotional stuff around those friendships or connections as well. Or even, I think, just in terms of like, how do you like to connect with people or your social standing? Now this whole month the focus is really on pouring onto your creativity. So you are being really encouraged with the sun in Aries right now, like, and Jupiter present here and Chiron present here, to really use your creativity, your hobbies, your passion to heal yourself, using it to nourish yourself, using it to like really like open your mind and learn, like not doing it because it's productive, but actually doing things because they are so exciting, right? Because they open you up to new experiences. And so it's very interesting for you guys to really use this energy of the fifth house to kind of like really understand your because fifth house is like it's of planet Venus. So what is Venus really about? The luxuries of life, the pleasure of life. So this is really the time to enjoy that aspect in your life where you can create from that place, right? So really spend time making art, spend time lazing around, reading books, give yourself that downtime to nourish yourself and actually enjoy life, like learn to enjoy life. I feel you have probably in the past few months been dealing with a lot of inner child stuff or just some relation from stuff around your family, your home, or you're understanding the your background more deeply. But now in this month you are really like giving this time and I feel like space to kind of like sit back and relax and just enjoy life, enjoy what you worked hard for or what the universe has gifted you with. Later half in the month after 20th, once the new moon happens, and again you will actually experience some breakthroughs with your creativity. So don't think that, like, don't run away from it, like really enjoy it, right? Because there is a big potential for a breakthrough happening in your life from there. And in the later half of the 20th, the sun moves into Taurus, and that's the time for you to get really kind of like make better plans, routines, structure your health regime or your diet. That's really the vibe for for after 20th. uh, Mercury goes retrograde then, so it might really be a testing time for you to kind of like see how committed are you to your health, to see how are you thinking about your health, your nourishment, your diet, your food. Like all of this is going to be super like it's going to be your focus for this entire month. So the first of the month, enjoy, sit back, and if you're going to do that, actually it's going to be so much easier to navigate the next part of the month. Yeah. um what else? So that's about it, I feel. um let's move on to the cards. What do we have for Sagittarius for the month of April? Sagittarius for the month of April. Okay, I didn't even have to like shuffle. It's cards are just flying out. So I feel like you guys are like really excited right now. You guys are really having a good time. Wait, let me give them a good shuffle. I'll take this and this and this. Okay. So I feel like when I say go and create, it can be a little bit of like triggering because you guys also can have some. I mean, you guys know how to have fun for sure. You're the party starters, but also at the same time, you can have a little bit of like, I wanna say work, or I don't wanna like enjoy so much right now because you feel this pressure uh, from the external, but you are being like really encouraged to go there because I'm telling you there is a breakthrough happening through that space for you guys. Yeah. um Emperor. Emperor, you are coming in a leadership position. Okay, this is also the Aries card. So this Aries energy is really pushing you to embody your leadership, is really pushing you to embrace that aspect in you which wants to lead, which wants to take initiatives, do things. But for that you have to see and explore. I feel like as a Sagittarius, you guys love learning, you guys love exploring, and you have to give yourself the time to explore, I feel. um because this time is really gonna like make you confident in moving forward towards your dreams, your aspirations, which I feel like this full moon in Libra kind of like highlighted. Like, really think about what these social engagements really brought to your attention, or what kind of like what made you excited, right? Um, but of course I can understand there's a tendency to feel that you're stuck. There's a tendency to feel like I don't even know if things are moving forward actually. And when that happens, when we start tripping ourselves to feel like that, then we actually start feeling like this. It's just everything becomes too hard because we're really standing in the way of life. And which is why, again, saying really take this advice seriously and actually take a lot of breaks, take time to draw, to paint, to sing, to write poems, to just laze around, to read. It's really gonna like allow you to get out of this stagnant energy, this energy of trying to make things happen as fire signs, while your fire can really lead to such beautiful creations and start awesome things. But there can be a tendency to force things to make it happen. So that's the beauty about fire, right? And I can just say that as a manifesting generator, as a Venus in Aries, I know that fiery energy, right? Like, it's like the fire just kicks in when it's time. And that's the thing about it. When it's time, you can't do it before. You can't force that energy, right? There is something that you have to kind of like wait for. You cannot make it happen. You cannot force it. And when you guys are gonna like push something aggressively, you know what fate it meets. You know what happens when you try to do that, right? And so in order to avoid this, you have to go out there in the sun and play a little bit, right? You have to spend some time with your friends, with your family, to kind of like loosen up that energy a little bit so that you don't get so stuck. This Libra full moon, I also feel, has really reminded you about work life balance, has reminded you about balanced life, where you also have the time to enjoy life. Because what's a Sagittarius without enjoying life, right? Yeah, you guys are making money, you want to make a lot of money, you are very ambitious. I get it, I totally get it. But you need to know that a happy Saggy doesn't just want pentacles. A happy Saggy, or anybody actually, but I think like specifically with you guys, you're so fun loving, you're so jolly and social. I think you guys love to do it with people. Are you guys like feeling alone in this journey? And I feel like the full moon probably reminded you about this balance, probably reminded you of this need and desire to connect with people, to, and not just people, you know, people who are genuinely like your friends, people who genuinely you connect with, people who support you. Okay. Okay. So you've been thinking, and so I feel like in the later half of the month, please take care of your health, like seriously. And I'm advising you to slow down right now so that you don't burn out, okay? Because in the later half of the month, if you don't start slowing down already, there can be like, it can be a little hard, because it's just like the universe will make you do it anyway. If you don't rest, the universe will make you rest, and we all know how that turns out. So please take it slow, take care of yourself, start slowing down already, okay? um but either way, things are gonna slow down a little bit, so that you guys can see few things, you can reflect on few things, on the priorities of life, of your life, your priorities, your needs. It's like this reflection energy. This person is just lying down, chilling, and reflecting on the past, right? Or probably overhearing some conversations, say different interpretations, right? But what I feel for here is really like really thinking about where you've come from, where you're going. And this happens because I feel like you might find yourself really tired at this point. You're physically a little bit tired, and that's why I'm asking you to slow down, start having fun, enjoying it, because it can get a little bit like a rude wake up call, okay? When Mercury goes retrograde and things just like get really do slow down, you can feel like ouch, like your ego being ramped up. And then it can be just a little, it can be very tough to come from, like, you know, 1000 to 0. That crash is really bad. So yeah, it there would be a time to really be in silence, to really think about things through, because there is something that you want. Okay, there is something that you want, and it's becoming clearer in this time of silence. What is it that I really want? Maybe it has to do something with a relationship, maybe it has to do with something with love, maybe it has to do with something with starting a family. What is it? The coming months are going to bring your attention to that, but towards the end of the month you already start feeling that, and it's like almost like you're preparing for it. Use almost like understand that I have been looking at a lot of things at once. I think I've been getting a little too distracted. And as a wise queen of wands, yes, you have the fire, but it's so important to remember the direction of this fire. Where is all this fire going, Sagis? Where is all this fire going? Is it going towards the life that you want? Is it going towards the life that you dreamt of? Or is it going to a place that you're like, I didn't ask for this, I didn't want this? It's time to kind of like have like a little review period with this Mercury retrograde, for sure, like we all would be. So don't worry, you're not gonna like be left behind. Yes, you have worked hard for certain things. We see you, you are still working really hard, which is why I'm asking you, please chill for a bit, okay? You know where you're going. All you need is a little bit of downtime so that you can just remember your priorities again. I feel you're also like waiting for something, right? I know you guys are waiting for something. The Hermit card, I think you guys will be ending the month, sorry, uh, by going inwards. Like, yes, you started the month by a lot of with a lot of like social events, communication, communities, but as you end the month, it's like I'm tired. I'm like really tired. And that's when it happens. That's when it happens. That's when something that you've been waiting for comes in. Because you finally prioritize yourself. You finally say, oh, sorry, first me. First my health. First my body. First my vessel. First me. My mental peace. My emotional well being. And when you do all that, Ace of Wands, the fire returns. You don't have to force anything. You don't have to push anything. You don't have to think so hard that your brain starts hurting. You don't have to work so hard that your body starts hurting. It's effortless. It's easy. That's the fire that we're talking about. It just like kicks in. And think we're done. Bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is really the card around having this reliability, because Mercury goes retrograde in Taurus, and we're all talking about this, the whole going inward time towards the period of when the sun and when the sun moves to Taurus and Mercury goes retrograde in Taurus. This is a very Taurus energy. Okay, I see something. Something is coming up, and you guys know it. Okay, but for that, okay, what did you speak out? But for that, you're right here right now. But something is coming in, and you know it. We're not going to talk about it right now. Maybe next few months. But right now, you need to get into this energy to attract this energy. The Taurus energy is really going to ask you to slow down, to think, to structure your life in a way which is, yes, echoes freedom, what you guys love the most, but also what echoes peace and reliability and trust, because we all need that at some point in our lives. And you're starting to kind of like crave for it. Really crave for it. Okay, so thank you so much for being here. I love fire readings. I always get finished so quickly. I'm sending you so much love, and I will probably see you next month. I don't know, this is a little bit of experiment. So if you are interested in a one-on-one, working with me personally on a one-on-one level, then check out the links and all the ways that you can. If you want to take advantage of a very affordable mini library where I share all my wisdom, all my learnings that have gathered throughout this my own spiritual journey, we have a lot of EFT tappings, we have meditations, we have breath works, we have just a lot of good stuff, a lot of workshops and courses all around spirituality and this mystical world. And I think you should definitely check out Jewel. You would love it. There is Inner Child Workshop, Shadow Workshop, Shadow Work Workshop. There is Finding a Purpose Tapping program. There is Self-Love. We recently had a workshop on how to read a natal chart. So there's like a bunch of exciting things this month. Our theme is going to be around money, abundance. So I'm very excited to see what comes through. And yeah, lots of human design goodness coming also. I'm still trying to understand how to put this through, put my human design in form and structure. Do I need to start on the course, or is it going to be Jewel? But we'll see. So yeah, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you guys so much. Have a beautiful, beautiful month ahead.